You're not feeling this alone. That strange sensation you can't explain, that sudden warmth in your chest, that peace that comes out of nowhere in the middle of the night, that tightness that shows up when you least expect it. You wake up thinking about someone and wonder, why now? Why does this person's name keep appearing in your mind like a whisper you didn't ask for? You tell yourself it's just longing, just memory, just your heart playing tricks. But it's not. Because right at this moment, somewhere, that person is feeling it too. And while you think you're carrying this weight alone, God is moving both of you. This isn't coincidence. This is God at work. That person feels it too. They also wake up in the middle of the night with you on their mind. They also hear that song and stop everything they're doing. They also look at their phone and think about reaching out, but fear still holds them back. And while you both think you're alone in this feeling, God is working behind the scenes. He's connecting your hearts in the spiritual realm before reconnecting them in the physical world. Because when God joins two hearts, He doesn't forget them. He doesn't abandon what He started. And if you're feeling this now, it's because He's moving something you can't see yet. But that person can feel it, and so can you. Maybe you've prayed for this person, wondering if God still remembers. He remembers, and He's acting right now. Because true love doesn't just live in memory, it lives in the spirit. And when two souls were written in the same divine plan, they remain connected, even in silence, even in distance. You're not imagining this. You're not creating illusions. What you feel is real. It's spiritual. It's sacred. And it's shared. Because God doesn't allow you to feel something alone when His purpose involves another person. He lets both feel it. He lets both know. Even without words. There's something profound happening right now. Something the world doesn't understand, but the heart recognizes immediately. When one soul moves, the other starts to move too. It's not magic. It's not imagination. It's the way God operates. He works in mirrors. What happens in one heart, He reflects in the other. And if you're feeling this inner restlessness, this holy unease, this longing that won't leave you alone, it's because that person is feeling it too. Maybe they don't have words to describe it yet. Maybe they're still fighting against pride, against fear, against doubt, but the heart isn't quiet. And God is breaking down the barriers, one by one. You might be wondering, why now? Why am I feeling this at this exact moment? And the answer is simple, yet profound. Because God allows one of you to wake up first. Someone needs to hold the faith while the other is still processing. Someone needs to believe in the promise while the other is still healing. And if you're feeling this, if you're here now, it's because God chose you to be the anchor. You're the one who will keep hope alive while that person still finds their way back. And that's not weakness. That's purpose. That's you being used by God for something greater. And maybe right now, that person is starting to feel the same thing. God speaks in ways the world doesn't understand. He doesn't need text messages. He doesn't need phone calls. He speaks through the peace that invades your chest without warning. He speaks through the dream you had at dawn that made you wake up with your heart racing. He speaks through that song that started playing on the radio and made you stop everything you were doing. These aren't random events. These are messages. They're confirmations that something is moving in the spiritual realm. And when you feel it, that person is feeling it too. Maybe in a different way. Maybe still confused, but the heart is hearing the same voice yours is hearing, God's voice saying, "The time is coming." Have you noticed how certain moments seem to carry a different weight? Like the air gets thicker, fuller of meaning? It's because in those moments, the veil between the spiritual and physical world gets thinner, and God allows you to feel what's happening on the other side. He allows you to perceive the invisible movement that's preparing the reunion. And if you've been paying attention, you must have noticed the signs. Small, subtle, but consistent, a song, a place, a word, a feeling. And every time this happens, it's not memory. It's God showing you that He hasn't forgotten, that the story isn't over yet. And here's the part you didn't know God was doing. While you thought you were waiting alone, He was working on both of you. While you thought silence was abandonment, He was preparing hearts. Because God never brings someone back to repeat the same pain. He doesn't rebuild relationships so they'll fail again. He restores them to be eternal. And that requires time. That requires transformation. That requires both of you to go through the fire and come out purified. And now, after all this time, after all these tears, after all these nights of prayer, you're almost ready. And what you're feeling now is the sign that God is finishing the work. You thought it was just you missing them, but that person misses you too. You thought it was just you waking up in the middle of the night with your heart aching, but that person is waking up too. You thought it was just you looking at your phone waiting for a message, but that person is looking too. The difference is that God is working in His perfect timing in each of you. And when He's done, when you're both ready, there will be no more hesitation, no more fear, no more doubt, because you will both have been transformed. And what was fragile will now be strong. What was confused will now be clear. And the love that seemed lost will return deeper than ever. There's a powerful truth that few understand. True love doesn't die when two people drift apart. It just changes form. It withdraws, protects itself, waits. Like a seed buried in winter that seems dead but is just sleeping, gathering strength for spring. And when God decides it's time, He waters that seed. He brings the light. He warms the earth. And what was asleep begins to awaken. And you feel it. You feel the underground movement, life returning, strength growing. And what you feel isn't illusion, it's life. It's God saying, now, it's now. The Bible says, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens, and your time is coming. You might not see it yet, but God is seeing it. And He's orchestrating every detail, every encounter, every word that will be spoken, every look that will be exchanged. Because when God restores, He doesn't do it halfway. He does it completely. He does it perfectly. He does it eternally. And what you're feeling now, this mixture of longing with hope, of pain with peace, is the sign that restoration has already begun. In the invisible, in the spiritual. And soon, very soon, it will manifest in the visible. I know this waiting has been hard. I know there are nights when you wonder if it's really worth continuing to believe, if this love will actually come back, if God is really taking care of all this. And it's precisely in those moments of doubt that the heart needs direction the most. If you feel you're ready to stop just waiting and start truly preparing yourself to heal the wounds that still hold you in the past, to strengthen the self-love that is the foundation of everything, to align your heart with the divine plan God has for your love life, then there's something I've prepared, especially for you, a clear path, step by step, so you can not only recognize true love when it comes, but become the person ready to receive it and nurture it. It's in the first pinned comment, waiting for you. If it's meant for you, you'll know. And as you prepare, remember, this time wasn't wasted. Every moment of solitude was a moment of strengthening. Every tear was an impurity being removed. When God is silent, He's never absent. He's working. He's moving mountains you can't see. He's breaking chains that bound you both. He's healing wounds that needed to be healed before the reunion. And while you wait, or rather while you prepare, something beautiful is happening. You're becoming the person God always wanted you to be. You're maturing. You're growing. You're learning to trust Him, not circumstances. And when that person comes back, You won't be that insecure person from the past anymore. You'll be complete, and that person will recognize the difference, and that will change everything. And maybe right now, that person is thinking about you. Maybe they're looking at an old photo and their heart is aching. Maybe they're resisting the urge to reach out because they're still afraid. But inside something is moving. A voice is whispering, "Go back. Ask for forgiveness. Start over." And that voice isn't human. It's God's. Because He's working on both of you at the same time. He's softening one heart while strengthening the other. He's removing pride from one while teaching patience to the other. And when you're both ready, there will be no force in this world capable of preventing the reunion. Because what God joins together, nothing separates. Never did. Never will. You know what's most beautiful about all this? It's that while you thought you were losing time, God was gaining ground. While you counted the days of separation as loss, He counted them as investment. Because every day apart was a day of healing. Every night of solitude was a night of strengthening. Every tear you cried was an impurity being removed. And now, looking back, you might not understand everything, but soon you will. Because when God reveals the complete plan, when you see the whole picture, you'll understand that every piece had its place. Every pain had its purpose, and nothing was in vain. You think silence is the end, but heaven is still writing the story. You think distance won, but God is using distance to teach. You think you lost, but actually, you're gaining something much greater than what you had before. Because now, you won't reunite out of passing emotion. You'll reunite by divine purpose. It won't be a return based on neediness. It will be a fresh start based on maturity. And when that happens, you'll look back and thank God for every day of waiting. Because every day was necessary. Every tear had a purpose. And what's coming is greater than everything you lost. This transformation I'm sharing with you, from neediness to completeness, from passive waiting to active preparation, is exactly what can change everything in your journey. It's all in the first pinned comment, waiting for those who are ready to take this step. And this feeling you have that something is about to happen isn't anxiety. It's spiritual discernment. It's the Holy Spirit preparing you for what's coming. Because God never catches you by surprise when He's about to bless you. He always gives warning. He always prepares the heart. And if you're feeling this holy restlessness, if you're waking up with renewed hope, if you're noticing signs everywhere, it's because God is saying, get ready. What I promised is coming. And you don't need to chase after it. You don't need to force it. You just need to trust. Because God is already taking care of everything. And He never fails. When one heart awakens, the other starts to stir too. That's how God works. He doesn't awaken one and leave the other sleeping. He synchronizes. He aligns. He prepares both for the same moment. And if you're already ready, then that person is very close to waking up too. Maybe they already have. Realizing they never really forgot you. And when they finally accept this truth, when they stop resisting, everything will happen fast. Very fast. Because God was just waiting for this moment. You're not waiting. You're being prepared. And there's a between the two. Waiting is passive. It's painful. It's empty. But being prepared is active. It's transformative. It's full of purpose. And everything you're living through now, every moment of solitude, every night of prayer, every time you chose to forgive instead of holding a grudge, to receive what God has for you. And when it comes, you'll be ready. Not just emotionally, but spiritually. Because what God is preparing isn't just a relationship, it's a ministry, it's a testimony, it's a story that will inspire other people to trust Him too. The Bible says that God works all things together for the good of those who love Him. And that includes pain, that includes separation, that includes the time of silence, because God was using all of this to work in both of you, to break what needed to be broken, to heal what needed to be healed, to mature what needed to mature. And now, after this whole process, you're not the same anymore. You're better. And the love you'll build in yourself won't be based on illusion. Pursuing dreams, it will be based on spiritually. Because when this person arrives, and that's indestructible, they need to find you whole. If you feel the time has come, pieces, Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, and start moving. He has made everything beautiful in its time. The guide at the time when every piece fits perfectly and recognize true love is your next step. It will show you how to heal the wounds that still hold you back. Not because you forced cultivate true self-love, but because God finished and how to completely align yourself. Choose to rest in the certainty that what's yours isn't lost. Your heart already knows if it's meant for you to be hunted. And now you need to do one thing: rest. Is faithful. The synchronicities you've been seeing are to give you peace. Rest in the promise that He never abandons what He starts. I haven't forgotten. Rest in the peace of knowing that what's yours, I will finish. He will bring back. So stop trying to make it happen. Because the more you try to control, stop creating excuses to appear in this person's life. But the more you obsessively checking social media, the faster. Live your life now, and this isn't passivity. With passion, this is faith. With joy, because the wait isn't wasted time. It's preparation. It's understanding that the battle invest in yourself. The battle strengthen your relationship with God, and He's already won. Pursue your dreams. He's already secured the victory. Mature. You just need to wait for the moment of manifestation. Psalm 37:4 promises, and that moment is coming. Take delight in the Lord, closer than you imagine, and He will give you think it's the desires of your heart. But heaven is still writing the story. When you learn to delight in God, when He becomes your source of joy, that's when He can give you the desires of your heart without risk of idolatry. Time has passed, and then He brings this person back. Time is just a tool. And He's using this time to shape something eternal in the right way, something that won't break at the first difficulty, the right way, something that will just so it's absolutely clear, they will reach out to you. Because when God restores, it's not He doesn't fix, it's spiritual certainty. He transforms. It's prophetic word over your life. And what He's doing with the two of you is so deep, so complete, so divine, that when it happens, the whole world will see His hand. And you'll know without a shadow of doubt that it was God who did it, not you. Him. So take a deep breath, calm your heart, and know that what you're feeling is proof that God is moving. You're not alone in this feeling. That person is feeling it too. Maybe confused, maybe resisting, but feeling it, because God is working on both of you. And when He's finished, there will be no more doubts, no more fear, no more separation. There will only be love, true love, mature love, eternal love, and you'll look at that person and you'll know this is God's promise fulfilled, this is His plan manifesting, and it was all worth it. Every tear, every prayer, every moment of waiting, everything. The waiting wasn't wasted. God was shaping both of you. And when it happens, when your eyes meet again, you'll understand that His promise never failed. Because what God joins together, nothing separates. What He begins, He finishes. And what He promised, He fulfills. Always has, always will. So rest, trust, and know that the best is yet to come. Because God doesn't bring people back to repeat old pains. He restores them to fulfill the promise. And your promise is about to be fulfilled. Now, very soon, in God's perfect timing. If this content has made a difference in your journey, and if you believe it deserves to reach more people, you can support this channel in a very simple way. Just click the thanks button below this video and make a donation. Any contribution, no matter how small, helps so much to keep this space alive. And even if you can't right now, your presence here is already an immense gift. Grateful to have you here. You're about to give up waiting for that person God placed in your heart exactly when the meeting is closer than it's ever been. God is saying today, don't give up now. The love you've been asking for, praying for, waiting for so long is just one step away from manifesting in your life. If you found this video, it's no coincidence. You're living that dangerous moment where everything inside you screams to accept that maybe you'll be alone forever. Where every fiber of your being whispers that maybe it's better to stop dreaming about that special connection and settle for any relationship that comes along. Where you look at your love life and think, maybe I'm waiting for someone who will never come, but I have a revelation straight from God's heart for you. You're not seeing what He's seeing about your romantic destiny. You're measuring the distance to your soulmate with human eyes, but God works in dimensions that completely transcend our perception of time and relationships. The love you've been crying out for isn't distant. It's not delayed. It hasn't been cancelled. It's closer than you can imagine. And the proof of this is exactly the intensity of the pressure you're feeling to give up on this person now. There's a spiritual law that most people don't understand about divine relationships. Resistance always intensifies before the encounter. It's as if all opposing forces unite in one last desperate attack to prevent you from living the love God prepared specifically for your life. The closer you are to your soulmate, the more intense the pressure becomes for you to accept anything less than God's best. Think of a dam that accumulates water for months. The pressure builds gradually, silently, until it reaches a critical moment where the structure can no longer contain the accumulated force. And then, in a matter of seconds, everything that was held back is released at once, completely transforming the landscape around it. Your love life is at that exact point. Months, maybe years of praying for true love, refusing to accept emotional crumbs, having faith in God's perfect plan, have created such intense spiritual pressure